The country matters, and being a good man matters.
If someone had called him, all sorts of names, in addition to that, then the name calling, I would say, is vilification. But the substance of what people are talking about, you can't call that vilification when you're hammering the guy on what he proposes for the country and to do to the country.
Say that this is the person who is the endorser of Donald Trump who you should trust. When she won't even claim the culture that brought her to the table, I'm dubious that this will work. I don't know anyone who takes their political cues from Amber Rose, but just in case you do, you might want to duplicate doing your own research because she might not have done it thoroughly.
Amber Rose ain't yo sexy red. This is a whole new animal coming for the left. She's dangerous. Amber Rose is dangerous. Amber Rose is dangerous. Amber Rose is dangerous to the left. The Democrats are in full panic mode as Amber Rose spoke at the RNC convention by the president's request for her to be there. Because recently Amber Rose started making headlines. She came out to say, you know what? I think I may just look at Donald Trump policies and just open my eyes just a little bit. So she went down the rabbit hole, deciding to do her own research, and she came out MAGA.
You may be wondering why I'm up here telling you this. I'm no politician and I don't want to be, but I do care about the truth. And the truth is that the media has lied to us about Donald Trump. I know this because for a long time I believed those lies. So I'm here to set the record straight. The first person I knew who supported Donald Trump was my father. I was shocked. My entire family is racially diverse, and I believed the left-wing propaganda that Donald Trump was a racist. My father said, "No, he's not, Amber. What are you talking about?" And when I insisted, he said, "Prove it." So to prove my father wrong, I did my research and looked into all things Donald Trump. People have to do their research. I watched all the rallies, and I started meeting so many of you, his red hat wearing supporters.
Named the incident on DEI and said that the fact that there were women and black people in the Secret Service is the reason this happened. That is a member of Congress who went out on the TV and said to the world that DEI was the cause of an assassination attempt. This is where the Republican Party is. So it's ironic that they were able to recruit this young woman who, she's a racially ambiguous. I don't want to say she's black because she has said she's not. So I don't want to say this black woman, this woman who is of whatever race that she has claimed. She said she's not black. But they've brought somebody whose whole career is based in black culture. She used to be on a show on BET. That's the reason most people know who she is. She dated one of the most prominent African-American rappers in the business in the history of hip hop. So her whole culture came from black culture, even though she says she's not a black person herself. And the fact that she is now the person they're using to try to recruit young people of color and to say that this is the person who is the endorser of Donald Trump who you should trust. When she won't even claim the culture that brought her to the table, I'm dubious that this will work. I don't know anyone who takes their political cues from Amber Rose, but just in case you do, you might want to duplicate doing your own research because she might not have done it thoroughly.
Seen that, heard that, good. So she won't claim the culture that brought her to the table, is what Joy Reid is saying. So this woman, her skin color, this is what she's saying. She's not claiming to be a black person. She's not claiming to be a person of color. And so therefore, the culture brought her to the table, but yet she won't claim to be, a colored person. And essentially is what Joy Reid is saying, which is, I don't know. I'm just trying to hold on to her conversation there. And she mentioned that DEI is the reason that somebody tried to assassinate the president. No, I'm going to say DEI is when you have a woman who can't put her gun back in the right place. Yeah, that's diversity, equity, inclusion, because this woman can't even handle her pistol, but yeah, she's trying to protect the president who was just shot. Okay? So yeah, DEI as a whole has a lot to do with this, because these people are being put in positions where they shouldn't be put in these positions. Okay? That girl is about this tall, big old President Trump. She can't even protect him. So, DEI for sure. We're going to move on. The cope goes really deep for our friend Jonathan Capehart, who is coping with all of this. We're going to hear him try to weave it into something and come out looking very, very stupid.
I mean, when she says, the left told me to hate Trump, but when you cut through the lies, you'll realize that life was better under him, that's a resonant argument for a lot of people. Now, of course, you have to discount the fact that there was a 100-year pandemic and everything that resulted from that. But if you clip that and put it on Instagram among, the people that follow her, that could pick up a lot of traction. That resonates with folks.
Well, sure. And, I would love to ask her, what lies? Like, it's one thing you could say when I cut through the lies, what lies are those? And then please tell me, how do you counter those lies you're talking about with the actual data that's there? We can talk about the emotions, because economics are emotional. And if people don't feel it, I get it.
In fairness, the left has vilified Donald Trump.
I'm sorry, define vilified.
You can argue the merits, but in fairness, the left has vilified Donald Trump. Threat to democracy, that he's a...
Is that a vilification or
he's
an
a proto-fascist?
Is that a vilification? And I don't mean to argue with you, Jeff, but I disagree with this notion that the left has vilified Donald Trump.
Seen that, heard that, good. What lies? I don't know what kind of lies she talking about. She up there lying because she's talking about lies. What lies have we, the media, told on Donald Trump? What lies? What names have we called Donald Trump? What have we done? We've never really vilified Donald Trump. We've just been reporting the news, says Rachel Maddow. Russia, 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 says Jonathan Capehart. That because he's a gay man in America, I'm afraid to be a gay man in America because Donald Trump is going to take away America, and I don't know how I'm going to be a gay man living in Donald Trump's America. Yeah, that's who we're talking about here. And so calling Donald Trump Hitler, calling Donald Trump the devil, saying you want to cut off his head, saying all kinds of things, like really things like the actor saying, are we allowed to shoot a president? And all of these things, yeah. These are the things, man. These are the lies that you're talking about. But they're truth because you all made people believe them. Charlottesville, good people on both sides. I mean, I could go on and on. But these are the things that you've said, and these are the lies that she's talking about. Because when you go and find the truth for yourself, you find the videos in full context, and you understand where he was coming from. When you say he's calling for the blood of people, or you're calling people vermin, and then they go and they look at the full context, and they say, wow, media, you's lying. You the lying, Jonathan Capehart. You the lie. You the lie. You the lie. What lies?
And you spent so much of your life energy just trying to hold it together.
Friend, if you enjoyed that segment, then catch the full episode right there.